All right, so we're here at Chef's Music in downtown Franklin. I almost said Nashville, but actually Franklin.
Yeah, so, historic Franklin, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
I'm Michael Riggs.
I'm Audra McLaughlin.
You know her from NBC's The Voice.
Team Blake.
Yeah, Team Blake.
So we're looking for the third episode of Music City Storytellers. And because of our normal location where we've been recording.
Somebody was playing the organ. I told them to shut their crap up and didn't.
What was that? What he was about to say there. It definitely wouldn't have worked in church, that's for sure.
That is true.
God would be pleased with that.
That's true. Oh, and I'm Matt Hubble. I don't think I introduced myself.
Hey, Mom.
This is awesome. I love it.
So you can see we're actually a little bit more environmentally conducive because we have instruments, and Chef's Music is in downtown Franklin. It's a music store. It's been here for quite a while. It has music lessons. It has guitars and banjos and basses and amps and
Those are cute little. What are
ukuleles?
Those? Ukuleles.
Yeah, I love that blue one. That's my favorite
Yes.
color.
And we'll get you a ukulele. You have to have something on your.
That blue one, yes! I love it. It's so pretty. Look at this. I wish I knew how to play this thing.
Yes, 4 strings and.
Olivia just learned how to play this. I don't know how to, but.
Yeah, it was all the craze. It's still kind of all the craze, actually. If you go on Instagram and see everything, but we're here. Glad to have you here today.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Well, thanks for coming on and being our first guest.
I know, how exciting. It's fun.
So-
Absolutely. I love podcasts and, helping out friends, and it's fun.
I met Audra for a music video shoot for a lady named Rachel
Womack.
Yeah. And the video was called Damaged.
Yeah, I think so. It was a great video. It was a fun time.
And here she is with us today. What have you been up to anyway?
Oh man, I've been performing a lot of shows just all around town and outside of town in Indiana and Kentucky area and just different parts of Nashville. And I've been working on a ton of new music. I've been writing a lot with a lot of different people, and I just recently signed a publishing deal and production deal.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's been a crazy year, but yeah, it's been great. I just signed that with Johnny Garcia, who works with Trisha Yearwood and Garth Brooks.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he is Trisha Yearwood's music director. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
That's really
We're
exciting.
gonna be working on a record this year and be writing a lot and getting good product together and get it out there for all the fans and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Well, that's a big. You gotta feel like some dreams are coming true.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've only been here for almost, I guess it will be a year or 2 years actually.
I think you just moved here when I met you.
I did, yeah. It was only a month. I only had moved here like the weekend before that when I had first met you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was almost like 2 years ago, I feel like.
Yeah, it was at least 2 years ago, yeah.
It's crazy. I can't believe it's been that long. Time flies by for sure.
Well, you obviously got onto The Voice. So where did you audition from?
So I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I auditioned in New York City, which is pretty close to.
New York.
Eagles fans are terrible.
Oh, that's right.
I was
that's
joking
right.
with
I
him last week.
remember
I'm
that.
like, she's the only cool thing that ever stepped on the field in Philadelphia because she's done the national anthem.
Well, they're awesome.
I have. Yeah, I've done the national anthem probably for the last 5 years at the Eagles Stadium, and that's definitely been one of the cool, awesome opportunities that came from being on The Voice.
I got the chills watching you sing that. It was amazing.
Thank you
This
so much.
YouTube video is still up.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yeah, there's quite a few up there that my old college that I went to, they posted some videos, and so it's fun.
So you were on Team Blake, and what was that like? Like, what was the process? Like, kind of step us through
Yeah.
kind of what you did.
So I was working with a vocal coach at the time back in Pennsylvania, and she had mentioned that the voice auditions were coming up in New York, and she asked me if that would be something I'd be interested in, and I said yeah, absolutely, because I had tried out for The Voice season 1 in New York, and it was like a 15-hour wait.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
And I tried out for Star Search when I was like probably like.
Aren't you
7 or
too
8.
young for Star Search?
No, so it was still around when I was like really young. So
Oh, really?
I was like
Okay.
8 or 9, and then I think it went off air like shortly after that. But
Wow, I haven't heard anything about Star Search.
I
In
know,
years.
I know. That was like the first like pretty much.
Did you meet Ed McMahon?
I didn't. No. I
Where's Ed McMahon? Like Dick Clark is not around anymore, so where's that?
I don't know.
Did he die?
I don't know.
I'm also not at anybody's doors anymore. I hate
It
to
wasn't.
checks.
Yes, exactly. It was always just lottery things.
We hope you're still with us.
Yes, I veer off that, but yeah. So I did a lot of auditions, and then she kind of asked me if I would be interested in voice, and I said yeah, absolutely. And so we submitted my videos to some of the talent scouts over there, and they actually replied to the email and asked if I wanted to come in for like an audition. And I was like, oh gosh, and I was so nervous, for the first audition because there's only like 3 people in the room and they're all like staring at you.
Oh man. I'd be all
But,
shaky knees.
yeah, I kind of just like when I get nervous, I laugh the whole time. So that's what I did.
It's better than crying, I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
Well, you were a happy person. You were like
Yeah.
having fun, at least.
Right.
You
That's the
know
biggest
how to-
thing. Yeah, they definitely want personality for sure. I mean, that's with anything with TV. Personality goes a long way. So you have to kind of just show who you are and just be yourself. And but yeah, it was a cool process. I mean, it definitely was a long one. It started with the so basically, my audition was an industry referral audition.
Very
Which
nice.
means I was able to skip like the cattle call.
Oh, that's
like, first
nice.
round. Yeah, which has never happened before. So I ended up making it past that, and then was asked to come out to California for the executive producers audition, which is even more scary because you have like 50 people just staring at you. Nobody makes a face expression.
Oh man.
Nobody it's just because they all are just in there taking notes. And I found one lady in the room who ended up being Traylani, who was the vocal coach on behind the scenes, and sweet lady, and she was the only one in the room that was smiling. And so what I did,
Locked eyes with her.
I completely
And
locked.
they're all wearing underwear too, right? Isn't that what they say?
That's what they say. That's what they say. I don't know if
That could be
I.
disturbing potentially.
That'd be a little disturbing, and I also do think that it would make me laugh.
Yes, you're able to keep it up and keep it light.
Yeah.
How long before that was it before you were actually on set?
Yeah, so after the executive auditions, you're out there for about a week, and then they kind of tell you if you've made it to the blind auditions or not that particular week, which they had said that I made it, and then they send you home, and then you come back in it was like 2 weeks later, and then you're out there for a full month preparing for the blind auditions. But I think the craziest part, and that I didn't know until I went through the whole process, is there was 125 of us, and there's only a certain amount of spots on each team. So what I was scared about is when they did get close to the audition process, there was different days that they would pick like certain people to go like on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Well, the problem was if you got to day 4, the teams were almost filled. So I was lucky enough to be chosen as one of the 25 people to go to day 1.
Very nice.
So I remember they put us in kind of like a holding room, and you're kind of just chilling there, and then you kind of wait until they say, all right, it's your turn. So the first day I waited all day
Oh.
from 7 a.m.
You probably would have rather gotten out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're nervous, so you're like shaking the whole time, all day long. You're like,
Oh man.
you're practicing your song, and you're like in your head, and you're just like, all right, come on, like I'm ready, like let's go. So it gets to 8 o'clock, and they come in, and there's like, all right, we're done for today. The coaches are tired. We're gonna move you to tomorrow.
Oh wow.
So I got moved to Tuesday, and again waited all day, but finally was the last person to audition on day 2. So I was like, this is crazy, yeah. And my parents were out there, so they're in like a holding, room basically, and they're like, when is she coming? Like when is it happening? But they tell you, all right, we're ready for you, and then they kind of ask you, well, who do you think you're gonna pick? And I right away said Blake, and they were persuading me to like, well, maybe you should go with Shakir, and so there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that like they kind of like tell you, well maybe you should, go with this coach or that, But I just knew I wanted to go with Blake because I wanted to pursue a career in country. So
Do you guys still keep in touch?
now, it's kind of hard, I feel like, for a lot of the celebrity coaches to keep in touch with all their contestants.
Sure.
I mean, you have to think like they go from season to season, every
year it changes.
and
Yeah.
there's 2 seasons a year.
Are
There's
you-
2 runs.
Are you still being called the Queen of Country Soul? Or is that sort of just a fly-by-night sort of...
That was kind of a bio that a manager wrote for me.
You're not necessarily a fan of it.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm not like the type of person that just goes around and
Hey, I'm the Queen of Country Soul, yeah.
I'm too modest
Yeah.
for really any of
I
that.
kind of sense that about you. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I'm way too modest. I don't even. It's funny. My friends laugh because they're like, "You don't even tell people like what you do," and I'm like, "I sing, whatever." And they're like, "Yeah, everybody sings." And I just don't go into it,
Well, usually that's how you know the person is good. I've learned in this town. They're like, oh, I just play. I
fiddle.
That's all that happens when I play. And it's like, yes.
What do you
And
do on
then-
the banjo again, Michael?
Exactly. Like,
What do you call it?
just a little,
A doodle.
a noodling.
Yeah, right. He was just playing before we hopped on here, and it was amazing.
Well, people, they just say these really like modest, like they don't want to draw any attention to themselves, and then they get their instrument or they sing and they just knock the house down.
I know. I've seen that.
That's better than overselling yourself. isn't
Well,
it?
it's yes, but it's almost like it's like well, I play, I sing, but I think people are afraid of coming off as arrogant or something other than what they want to be.
Because there's a lot of those out there.
That is true. Yeah, it's,
In this town, you think?
I don't think
Or is it more Los Angeles?
I think you're right. Maybe.
Why?
You guys tour California.
I've lived in California for 3 years.
They're all coming here.
I know.
They're all coming here. We'll have to interview them.
Yes, that's true.
She was
difference,
different
though,
riding with them. We have to be no.
That's true. The Northern California people that I met were super cool. Because the further south you went, the more pretentious they got. That's just a very generalization. Very generalization.
Observation.
I met a lot of nice people in Bakersfield.
I'm just super. I mean, I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from the suburbs, and I grew up middle class, which I was thankful for. I had great parents, and that just taught me a lot of morals and how to respect people and to always remain modest about everything. Even if you do reach a certain goal or success in your life, you still remain modest. That was just what I learned growing up. So.
Yes.
So what's the real way to make a cheesesteak? I visited Philadelphia twice. Well, I've been more than twice, but the last time
This is
I
a legitimate
went,
question, by the way.
This is a legit question.
my buddy worked at a
You're
radio
running it with your own cooking show.
I never know.
My buddy was working at a radio station, WYST, in
Okay,
Philadelphia.
yeah.
And he's like, all right, here's the 2 best Philly cheesesteak places.
Yeah.
And I want to say that they put like Cheese Whiz on them.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, seriously? I can make a better one of steak them at home,
Yeah, so basically, everybody says, Pat's or Geno's, and I say neither. And I don't mean it like, I respect both of them, the businesses, and I do actually like Pat's and Geno's, but because they're so commercialized, I try to kind of name maybe like more local, kind of smaller businesses, and like there's a place called Leo's Cheesesteaks that have like some of the best cheesesteaks, and that's down the street from my house is back in my hometown, my parents' house, and so I'll say Leo's, and they're like, oh, okay, well, because everybody goes to Pat's and Geno's, so like everybody throws the business to them. I'm like, you guys just got to try the little mom and pop places. That's where you're gonna get a really good one. So, but yeah, it's basically it's Cheese Whiz. It's like that jar of like yellow kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the orange so it's that. They apparently use some type of lard of something. I mean, it's definitely
Now we're getting southern. Now we're getting southern.
Yeah, it's like
We knew the lard was up in there somewhere.
That's apparently what gives the cheesesteak the taste, is what I've been told. Jim's steaks, I love Jim's steaks. They're good, and then just some onions and peppers, and
You
all
fan of
that.
Nashville food so far?
I do. There's definitely. I mean, of course, you can't go wrong with the fried chicken and stuff. That's always. I can't find
Pizza?
Can't find really good pizza.
Me neither. Let me know.
5 Points? Oh, that's amazing. I love 5 Points pizza. It's one of my favorites. experience. For sure.
Thankfully, they survived the tornado that we just got hit with.
Yes, but speaking of the tornado,
Tell us about
how did your situation?
My experience was crazy. So I was, like a week before that, I was getting ready to move out to another location in Donaldson. I was in Old Hickory, just down the road from where I live now. And, being from Pennsylvania, we don't experience, tornadoes and things. We've never had, at least, up until this point.
Just bad snowstorms.
Yeah. We get a ton of snow and a ton of rain and all that fun stuff. But, so I never went through a tornado, and literally I was in a dead sleep, and my roommate just started yelling my name, wake up, and I'm like, I thought I was dreaming, and I thought somebody broke into the house. I don't know. I'm just thinking, you don't think the tornado, but she said, there's a tornado coming our way, and I was like, what? So she told me to go into the bathtub, and I was by myself. I mean, the light, or not by myself, but the electricity just completely went out. We were trying to find our cats and stuff, make sure our animals were okay too. So I just went hunkered down in the bathroom and just said a prayer, and I was like, well, and I texted my mom. I said, there's a tornado that's about to hit our area. I said, so just to let you know, hopefully, my mom, of course, is freaking out. She's like, what do you mean, And it literally, what it did was it came through and wiped out a bunch of warehouses up by me, and then it wiped out a tire place, and then it kind of up by where the Coles in Donaldson is, and then what it did was the whole subdivision across from Coles just got completely destroyed, and my subdivision is the next subdivision over, not even a half of a football field away. So I mean, we got really, really lucky.
Your prayer worked.
Yeah, the only thing that happened was we lost our power for a couple of days, and I can't complain about that because that's not even the extent to what everybody else has been.
Cats were fine.
They were good. Yeah, they were scared. You could tell. Yeah.
That's the only impression I can do. That and Donald Duck.
Do the Donald Duck one.
All right, we know you now have a new job on the show. Everyone, Matt will be doing special effects. special voices for comedy segments. So, what song did you sing? When you initially walked out on stage and the backs are all to you, what was the initial song that you sang?
So I performed a song called Angel from Montgomery, which is a John Prine, Bonnie Raitt song.
Yes, that's a great song.
Yeah, that's, so my style is very much country soul, blues, basically, and that's kind of just growing up in the Philadelphia area. I mean, I grew up around a lot of R&B, a lot of soul, a lot of good blues music and things like that. So that was sort of, my influences, and then I just loved country music too, so kind of found a way to call it country soul, I guess.
Yes, well, look at Chris Stapleton.
Absolutely. So when people ask me, they're like, who would you be the female version of? And I just say, well, I guess you could say Chris Stapleton. Just to give them a roundabout idea,
Yeah, I'd say he put the soul back in country. That's what I'd say.
He did.
He kind of made all the Bro Country brothers, even though we love them.
Yes, we love them all.
He kind of said, I'm coming in and I'm changing it.
I'm doing my thing. And Luke Combs, same thing. I love Luke Combs. He's definitely doing that. I actually seen Stapleton 2 weeks ago. He was doing a benefit concert for Robbie Turner. Or was it Robbie Turner? Is that his? He got to a real bad wreck, I think.
Oh.
Is it Robbie Turner? I think it's Robbie Turner, but Stapleton just comes out with his guitar and just goes into Broken Hallows, and everybody just starts screaming.
Yes.
It's I was waiting for the panties to fly on the stage. I wasn't sure what was going to happen.
Well, there ain't much that you got to do for that guy. Have you guys ever heard his version of the song "If I Survive" by the Johnson Brothers?
No.
Back when he was with that song will cook the bacon on the stove. It's just some believe. Speaking of which,
you're cooking bacon.
Well,
Yes,
potentially here. Unfortunately, we don't have any skillets or stoves.
You could win me over with bacon, I'll tell you. Anybody. That's bacon and pizza.
Hey, this lady's famous. We need her to have a bacon sponsorship.
Instead, we can launch some smiles across town to our temporary facility.
Yes, and also, hey, country music and bacon go together. So, all of you guys with bacon, please consider her as a potential face of
Yes, I need bacon. I'm good with
Speak with her manager, speak with her agents. let's find you a guitar. And
Yeah.
did you play guitar when you sang the song?
No. So I was already nervous enough. I was like kind of in my head. I was like, just remember the words, Audra. Remember the words, and I got through it. But I think if I had my guitar, I'd probably be extra distracted.
Is it harder to play and sing at the same time?
I've gotten used to it now since I've been playing. I do a ton of shows, throughout the week and on the weekends. I do a lot of acoustic shows, so I've definitely gotten a lot better. But at first, it was kind of like trying to figure out how to dribble a basketball and
It's making it good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. We got a chorus here.
Yeah. All roses are cool.
And
Sure.
Pretty shiny banjo.
you write your own stuff. Would you rather sing a cover or sing an original?
Let's see if this thing is even in tune, actually. So I gotta pick.
Pocket. Yep.
It sounds in tune.
Oh, you put the
Thank you.
hits.
Oh, look at you.
It's in the pocket watch pocket.
I find them in the wash all the time. I find them all the time. I could do a little bit of Angel.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to sing
You
the whole
have a new
song.
song, right? Leaving the light on?
No. I've got quite a few songs with that, but I don't even know how to play the violin on the guitar.
Oh, really?
No, but I can play
Play
the
the G real
Is that
quick.
not new, that song?
Is it new? No, it came out like almost 6 months ago.
Okay, so,
Is this out of tune?
It's probably a little bit affected, but I just wanted to keep the name of you.
Oh, okay. It sounds like decently. It's not too bad.
The room has been getting cold and warm and cold. And
I know.
they just opened about an hour ago, so.
This is such a cool place. I love it here. We need some guitar sponsorships.
That's Alvarez. But we got Yamaha. We got.
Yeah.
Oh, so we got Breed. I know they got Breed Love in here.
They have a lot of good distributors. for
Recording
sure.
Kings, which is what this banjo is.
do they sell
I have
trumpets?
this actual banjo. They do have trumpets on the other side. They do music lessons.
They're sold for me then.
Let's hope.
Well, maybe you can give voiceover, radio voice lessons.
Yeah.
It's kind of would be interesting.
Is that a trumpet right there?
That is like a
Part of the
piece
trumpet.
of the trumpet,
Okay.
like with everything missing. What are you gonna sing for us?
I'll do a little bit of Angel from Montgomery. If that's fine with you guys.
Absolutely.
Now that I'm not under the pressure of am I gonna mess up, on TV?
Child that's grown up, dream
Well, thank you.
In a good way.
And
That was
you
amazing.
would know because you're actually playing songs on the radio.
Yes, that is
Sometimes.
So tell us how folks can get in touch with you on social media. They can get a hold of your music.
Yeah.
You got merch and like.
Yes, absolutely. So you can just go to my website at audramclaughlin.com.
And spell that real quick.
Yes, absolutely. So Audra is Audra, and then McLaughlin is McLaughlin. And if you just go to my website, you can find my Twitter, my Instagram,
And what do you go by on those so people can just jump?
Audra McLaughlin Music. You could really just type in Audra McLaughlin and it will pop up. But it's all of them is Audra McLaughlin Music on Instagram. And then I know it's like Audra Lynn McLaughlin on Facebook. But yeah, it's kind of, you'll find me.
Awesome. And do you have any shows that are in Nashville for people that are coming into town and want to go see a live show?
Yeah.
Are you doing a show within the next?
Yeah, so I have some shows this weekend actually on, I'm doing at Thursday I'm doing a benefit show to raise some money for some of the tornado victims, to help kind of with that on Thursday, and that's at 6:30 at a place called Laverne's out in Hermitage. And there's a bunch of different musicians, myself and Olivia and a couple other talented people. And then Saturday I'll be at Nudies Honky Tonk from 10 a.m. to 2, and then I'm at Opry Backstage Grill that night from 7 to 10.
Awesome. Busy.
Yeah, and then Monday I'm on Old Red from I think 10 to 1 or something.
My roommate was actually performing at Old Red, and he goes, Blake was in the kitchen the night I was there.
No way!
You know what I thought was funny? The night I was at Old Red, somebody was performing a Miranda song, and I'm like, I wonder if Blake heard that, how he would feel about that.
He's like, just keep the people in the seats and let them buy lots of bacon.
Yes, good. Lots of bacon.
I don't even know if they sell bacon in Old Red.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have cheeseburgers.
Yeah, probably. And maybe if they have a breakfast menu.
Yeah, they have pretty good food there. For sure.
Well, we don't want to, we're right at 27 minutes. So I imagine they want to get their store room back.
Yes.
But we're at Shuff's Music in downtown Franklin, Tennessee, 20 minutes south of Nashville. She survived the tornado, and we're glad that she was able to join myself and Matt today for our Music City Storytellers podcast. This will be on YouTube. It'll also be on iTunes and iHeart and all the Spotify podcast platforms. And catch her shows this weekend. I'm going to make sure that the links to her shows are in this video and also in the podcast, so that you guys can find her music and go visit her on social media. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, absolutely, for sure. It was so much fun.
We have
We're glad you're well now, too, because you weren't feeling so
yes.
No, there's been so much stuff going around. I'm just,
Yes.
Trying to
it wasn't
stay healthy.
We'll just leave that one C word out.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll just leave that out.
Just don't even think about it.
So we definitely know, because she's sitting here, she wasn't that. So we'll see you guys again the next time, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you guys later.